Hello, and welcome back to Race Chat. It is great to see you. We have not uploaded in a long time, and it's great to see you. Today we will be talking about a couple of things. So, first up, we will be talking about the Daytona 24.
And we'll also be talking about the Daytona 500 that finished up last night very late.
Yes, and so first up, the Daytona 24. So the Daytona 24 featured a new class this year.
That was the LMP3.
Yes.
Did not have a lot of participants in that.
Maybe only about 5 or 6.
At the most. And I think it was comprised of sort of a half and half of professional and amateur drivers, but it was still prototypes.
Yes. And the win went to Felipe Albuquerque for DPI.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, so this is a Alexander Rossi hat. Alexander Rossi was on the team, Elio Castro Neves, and Ricky Taylor. And it was a win for Wayne Taylor Racing.
Felipe Albuquerque, and that was actually the car that Ricky Taylor was in. And there was this driver named Ringer van der Zand, and he was doing really good, and he was about to win the race. But then all of a sudden, with just about 7.5 minutes to go, or about that time, and all of a sudden, smoke started pouring out of the rear of the car.
You're awfully close to the camera. Sorry. That was cracking me up. Okay.
Smoke started pouring out of the rear of the car, and then we figured out that he had a tire going down.
Yes, and he was closing fast on Albuquerque, and I don't know if he would have been able to pass him. He came very close in the infield section.
Yeah, and there was sparks flying out of the tire when it was punctured, and then the race ended. So that was a win for Wayne Taylor Racing.
Yes. And, so that was the Daytona 24 kicking off Speed Weeks. That was a couple of weeks ago.
And,
the Daytona 500 was last night.
And, starting things off, the Daytona 500 completed the first 4 laps, but then at the end of the
Didn't Derek Cope have an accident?
Yes, at the end of the 4th lap, Derek Cope had an accident, and it looked like he may have cut a tire down.
Yeah, I think that was what had happened, and holy cow, this was the 1990 Daytona 500 winner. 62 years old. So let's applaud the older drivers who are still out there giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Derek Cope, and then a couple laps later, a couple of cars at the front were battling it out. Eric Almirola and Alex Bowman, when Christopher Bell got into the rear of Almirola, and then Bowen, and then a big crash happened involving 16 drivers.
Yes, and so right after that accident, the red flag came out because of lightning in the area, and that started a rain delay that lasted 6.5 hours.
And then finally the race resumed, and then a couple laps later, after the delay started again, there was an accident. So something happened. William Byron in the number 24's tire went down, and William Byron's tire went down, and debris flew off onto the racetrack. And then a couple of laps later, because of that debris, there was an accident between Quinn Houff and Chase Briscoe. And there was some sparks flying out of Quinn Houff's car, and it looks like he may have cut his tire down on the debris.
Yeah,
it was like a double tire failure.
Yeah, I was surprised that they let, who was it, Byron?
Byron.
Run out there for as long as, actually, even after that piece flew off, I think it was the quarter panel.
Yeah.
They didn't yellow flag it. I think that they thought it was off the racing line and not an issue, but...
Yeah. And then, Houff and Briscoe were both out of the race, I believe. And then Kaz Gralla had the lead, and
That was during the yellow flag after the rain delay.
And then the race restarted, and they made it through a couple of laps cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a small, not too bad accident
Okay.
between Christopher Bell, Ricky Stenhouse, and Chase Elliott. They spun, and then the caution flag came out, and then they got a couple of laps in, and then at the end of the race, tell us what happened.
At the very end of the race, a couple of Penske cars
Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski.
were up front, and right behind them was McDowell.
Michael McDowell.
And McDowell looked like he got a good run. Bump drafted the 2.
Of Keselowski.
The 2 bumped into the 22, and both of those guys spun out of McDowell's way. And then that froze the field. And McDowell, the winner, I think 538 Cup starts or something like that. He's been around for, 14 seasons?
Yes. And then after the 2 Penske cars got together, Kyle Busch was going really fast and slammed right into Brad Keselowski's car.
Yep.
And the rear end went into the fence, and there was a huge explosion.
Yeah, Chase Elliott finished second. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the Daytona 500. Real quick before we wrap up.
We're going to preview the IndyCar season.
Yeah, IndyCar season.
Yeah, there was fire everywhere in that crash.
Yeah, IndyCar season has been pushed back to the end of April. It looks like, oh goodness, Birmingham, Alabama is going to kick off the season towards the end of April.
And St. Petersburg will be the finale.
After that, no, St. Petersburg is going to be right after Alabama.
So that'll be the second race, and we're also going to
Long Beach is going to be the finale now.
Yes, and now we're also going to be previewing the 2021 F1 season.
Yes, and so Azerbaijan, I believe, or no, is it Bahrain? Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain.
Is going to kick off the season at the end of March, so we'll be looking forward to that.
Yes.
We will have NASCAR going, I believe.
Next to the Daytona road course.
Yeah, next weekend. So, all right, very exciting. Glad to get the season going, and it was great to see you all. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you soon.
And like and be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of our videos.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right.